Hi guys, this is Yahya and Faiq. We're going to be making a prediction video for the UFC fight card 311.
Yes, sir.
Yes, and you need to bet on those predictions. Oh, that's probably too late now. Yeah, if you can, just go for it. Might as well just go for it. So Faiq, we're going to start with the main card. We're starting with the main card. We're only going to be talking about the last three fights. And the third fight on the card is Jamahal versus Jiri Prochazka. What do you think about? Do you have any opinions on the fight?
I think Jiri gets it done. I think he has a very unique style in MMA, although he doesn't keep his hands off, which goes against him.
It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, especially against Alex Pereira. I don't know how he went both fights. In both fights he didn't have his hands up.
I think he's got a counter for not keeping his hands up, and that is actually spending time in the room for 3 days without any water and food.
That didn't help him either. But I do feel like he has a very orthodox or very unique style.
Yeah, I think this time he needs to spend like a whole month of camp inside the room. I think that might help him.
Yeah.
I respect him. I respect him actually. So you're picking Jiri for that fight?
I'm picking Jiri. Yeah.
You're picking Jiri for that fight.
Style,
I mean, it's a hard fight to predict, to be honest, because I know that Jamahal, although you hate him, everybody hates him. We're anti Jamahal.
But he's a good fighter.
He's a good fighter. You have to actually accept the fact that he's a good fighter, and he is pretty hard. There was a time he was actually putting people to sleep.
Yep.
He did the same thing to Glover Teixeira as well.
Yep.
Became the champion, and then he got injured, and then Jiri took the belt off. Wait, what? How was that?
Yeah, he got injured, so he had to vacate, right?
And then he had to vacate the belt.
Yeah.
And then he had to vacate the belt. Yeah, so I mean, I hope it's a good fight. I think it's gonna be a fun fight because none of the guys are actually the ones who don't like action. They both like pressing the action. Jamahal is the one who's always going for the kill. Jiri is the one who's always going for the kill. I've seen Jiri getting outclassed by good strikers, like Rakik. When he was fighting him, he was getting completely outclassed by Rakik.
Yeah. That was...
The only thing I would say is that Jiri is...
He has heart. He
has heart. He's probably got a good chin as well. Like, we probably sometimes underestimate the chin of Jiri, and I think it's only because of the fights against Alex, because Alex hits so hard that if you're trying to walk him down, that's probably not the... Like, you have to be technically better than Alex. You can't take the punches and just keep on moving forward.
I agree.
So I think if Jiri spends... one more month in the camp, in a dark room, he will have a chance. But that's not now. It's the 5 days. You can't go back to the camping now.
So who'd you pick?
My pick, you know what? I want to pick Jiri.
Yeah.
It's a hard one.
It is a hard one.
It is a hard one. What do? I think Jiri's gonna come with something different this time. I think he had a chip on his shoulder. He lost to Alex Pereira twice.
Yeah.
I think he must have learned his lesson, and he must have improved some of the things. So I am expecting an improved version of Jiri actually coming here.
Yeah.
And I see Jiri actually getting the job done. Because Jiri hits pretty hard, I think.
Yeah,
I think
he does
have a chance actually. So let's see what happens over there.
Yep. Okay,
let's move to that. Do you have like a prediction of what round and how the fight is getting finished?
I do feel like it's gonna be a stoppage.
You think it's gonna be
either stoppage or a knockout, or like a finish?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure.
I don't think so. It's gonna go to 5 rounds.
It doesn't. They both hit very hard, and they both are not the best technical in terms of like pushing the fight to the 5th round.
Yep, I agree.
I say Jiri in round 3 probably.
Yeah, I'll say same. Say probably same. Yeah.
Okay, let's see how the fight goes.
Yeah.
Okay, the second fight on the card is Merab. I think this is probably the best.
Yeah.
Like, I would have said Islam versus Arman if Arman was still on the card. But now we have Merab and Umar.
Merab and Umar.
I think it's the best fight in the card.
I think you can move it up to even main event.
Yeah, like they could have done it.
Yeah, they could have done it, but it's fine.
But Islam is the best pound for pound, so I think that's the reason they kept him on.
Yeah, that makes sense. I do feel like I don't know what to go for right now. I mean, they both are good fighters. I just want to see what kind of approach they both are on. So if I see Merab just pushing the pace, I do feel like he's gonna get better off Umar. But if I do see Merab just striking with Umar, I feel like Umar is just gonna get the job done very quickly. It just depends on the approach.
Do you have a final pick for the... I know it's a hard one because it could go either way.
Yeah.
The way, like, I could see the fight playing both ways. I could see Merab getting tired because we've not seen Umar actually being pushed to... Like, he's been pushed to 5 rounds in the last fight.
Yeah.
But we're not anybody putting the pace like Merab does on Umar.
Yeah, like Merab.
And yes, we get it. Like, Umar's got, like, Dagestanis in his camp. He's got Khabib Islam.
Yep.
And they're amazing fighters. I think they've probably got the best pressures. But in terms of like the way Merab wrestles, he doesn't let you breathe at all.
Exactly.
I don't think Umar has faced anyone like this. Ever.
I think it's a tough challenge for both of them.
Yeah.
But if I do have to really pick one, I would say Umar might have a slight edge.
Yeah.
Just from what I've seen, I feel like he's more well-rounded. Merab is not well-rounded. He has very good wrestling, very good pace, but he doesn't have good grappling. He doesn't have good striking. So just from those aspects, I'll say I'll pick Umar.
I'm gonna pick Umar, and I'm actually feeling very confident.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you why.
Yeah.
Few days ago, I picked Umar because I was confident in Umar's abilities. I wanted to fight this with Corey Sandhagen. I was like, there's no way Merab is going to be able to take this guy down. I mean, Merab's got such a nice pace. I was like, but he's going to struggle so much. And he's probably going to get tired from like even trying to take Umar down. And Umar is just going to piece him up on the feet. And Umar is going to do 50-45 Merab. It's not even going to be competitive. But then I kind of was in the air. I was like 50-50 during the last week when I started watching some of Merab's matches back. And I watched his Sambo competition as well. The way he was taking the Sambo guys down.
Yeah.
The way I was like, if he keeps on shooting on Umar like this, and because Umar hasn't faced a competition level like this, like we say, okay, Umar is on like a 10-fight win streak in UFC. He's been knocking people out as well. He's been able to submit some of the guys as well. So we can see he has displayed both striking and better jiu-jitsu skills than Merab. But at the same time, he has not faced the level of competition that Merab has faced. So that kind of started convincing me more towards Merab. But now, after putting a lot of thinking yesterday, I was actually thinking about the fight again. I was like, there's no way Umar is losing to this Merab. The thing is, I think Umar is a very clever fighter. People don't rate the IQ level of Umar. If you watch his fights back, Umar is so good at like adjusting to the fights. When he found out in one of the fights he faced the adversity, he got dropped by one of the guys. He was striking with the guy, and anybody can get dropped. Like the guys are amazing in 155 division, right? He got dropped by the guy, and after that, instantly he turned into a wrestler. And the way he was shooting for the double legs, every time he was able to get the back and control the guy on the ground, did not take any risk after that. I was like, Umar's IQ is so good if you watch all of his fights. And every time he has like a bigger fight, every time he's having like a step up in the competition, his game actually reaches new levels. Like you saw against Sandhagen, that was like a big step in competition. Sandhagen's like a top 5. Umar hadn't faced a guy like this. And you could see how he improved his striking in that match. Like if you watch the striking in the first 1 or 2 rounds, Umar was like kind of a bit shy in striking with Sandhagen. Like Sandhagen was able to press him a little bit. Umar was setting up the takedowns. He knew that he could do the takedowns. But after that, he adjusted. And he was able to get the better of Sandhagen even in the feet because he got more confident with time. He started throwing more combinations. He got more confident. So that brought out the best in him. I think the age is on his side. I'm not saying Merab is old, but Umar is in his prime. He's like 28, 29 years old. He's got the best guys in his camp, very smart guys. I think this camp Khabib had put them to work. I think that will bring the best in Umar. And now he knows that he's fighting against Merab. I think he's worked really hard for it. I think that's going to bring out the best in him. And I think on the ground, Umar is much better. I think his grappling is much better. I think Merab is going to find very hard to actually take Umar down. And if you look at the takedowns, the way Merab actually took down people, it was mostly because the people were tired. Like against Henry Cejudo in the first round, he wasn't getting easy takedowns when Henry was defending it. I don't think and Henry got tired in the 3rd round. I think that's one of the reasons that Merab kind of like dominated him in the 3rd round. I don't think that's going to be the case with Umar. Umar is not getting tired. And if you're not able to take Umar down, if you're not able to impose your will constantly again and again, he's gonna piece you up. Like he will keep piecing you up on the feet. That will be a problem. And then Umar might shoot like some of his takedowns. So I think Umar, by domination, Umar will not give a single round to Merab. I predict 55, but it could go to 50-44. It could go to 50-44, even 50-43.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm not.
It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, I don't think Merab wins a single round.
Damn.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, next fight we go to
Islam versus
Moicano.
Slowly heartbroken with this fight.
I mean, Arman, dude, really loved Arman. I think that would have been
amazing fight.
That would have been. If Arman was on the card, bro, we would have had 2 better fights.
Yep.
So we would have Beneil versus Moicano. I think that would have been a better, more competitive fight, Beneil versus Moicano. And then we would have Islam versus Arman. That would have been such an amazing fight.
Yep, honestly.
Yeah,
but this fight, I'm just going with Islam.
I'm going with Islam as well.
Yeah, I've seen a couple of highlights of Moicano, but I don't think so. He poses any threat to Islam in any form of it.
I don't think skill-wise he poses any sort of threat. I think Islam is better everywhere. Like Islam is a better overall fighter, but Islam is also better everywhere. Islam is a much better, faster striker than Moicano. He's got better counters. I think he probably hits harder than Moicano as well. I've never seen Moicano actually putting anyone to sleep with like one shot.
Yep.
Islam is a much better wrestler when he's going for the takedowns. The speed is much better. He's got more variety of takedowns. One thing Moicano is good at is probably taking the back. Like even
but he's not gonna be able to.
He's not gonna be able to do it against Islam. That's not gonna happen. Yeah, because most of the cases Moicano, it's not because of his wrestling skill. I would say it's because he's stronger than the guys, right?
Yeah.
He will impose his will and he will kind of take them to the ground. But you can see when he's going for the takedown, the movement is quite slow.
Yeah, the movement is
quite slow. Against a guy like Islam. First of all, I don't even think he's gonna have like a strength advantage in Islam.
Yep.
Second of all, Islam is gonna see it miles away.
Yeah,
he's got wrestling background. He's gonna see it. And what else? If Moicano even takes Islam to the ground, let's say the best case scenario for Moicano takes Islam to the ground.
Yeah.
Moicano is on top.
Yeah.
Moicano still does not finish people quickly on the ground. He takes time.
Yeah.
He's not very sneaky with his submissions. He likes to spend time on the top. He's got very like high level pressure on the top. But if he's giving Islam time, the next round is again gonna start on the feet. And Islam will get up, I think. Even if he gets on top, Islam will get up. And I don't see fight going to the ground unless Islam wants to take it to the ground, which I think Islam can take the fight to the ground anyway.
Yeah.
And if you guys, I know a lot of guys are very excited about the fight as well. Like they're saying Moicano can't lose. There's no way. And Moicano is such a fan favorite because it speaks his heart and his personality has just shined over the people. That people love his personality. I personally myself love the personality as well. And I believe that this guy does not give a fuck. He doesn't, like you would say anything. He speaks his heart about the politics of the taxes or whatever he's talking about. I just don't think skill-wise they are on the same level. So I'm predicting Islam finishing Moicano.
Same.
I believe in the second round.
I think second or third.
I believe in the second round. So I don't think it passes like second or third round.
Yeah, same.
So yeah. I thought Moicano versus Rafael Dos Anjos, he was getting pretty out wrestled by Dos Anjos. I don't see any. Moicano probably did not have that full camp before the fight.
Yep.
But I do not see Islam ever getting out wrestled by Dos Anjos. You saw Dos Anjos against Khabib. You saw how Khabib mauled him on the ground.
Yeah.
So I do not see that happening. So I think Islam is gonna have like a great big grappling advantage and also striking advantage.
Striking advantage as well. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see.
Yeah. Let's see what happens.